Our dream of living full-time in an RV. It's a big dream, but what are the smaller elements? They include nature, cooking and eating outdoors, hiking trails, enjoying a lakeside view. What if I take a small portion of that and enjoy it now? So, what you're viewing here is Island Lake. It's very close to our home. It's a 15-minute drive for us. And we purchased a conservation park pass this year so that we could visit all of the parks. Now, we tend to visit Island Lake a lot of times. Sometimes I'll say to Stanley, let's go visit my backyard. And we take a picnic and we have a short stay, maybe a few hours at the lake. But this particular morning, we got up very early before the park opened up, and I actually thought there'd be a lineup of cars to get in, but they were actually letting everybody in early. We went to the lake, we found our favorite spot, opened up the hatch of the vehicle, and we used that as our sitting, cooking area, and we set our chairs out at the end of the vehicle. And in this situation, on this particular day, we actually cooked up our breakfast. Just keep an eye on me. Ooh, look at all that stuff in there. That's lunch for later. There's breakfast in here somewhere. Actually, I'll just leave that one in there.
I can eat out of that one.
Breakfast is ready. Yum. Don't waste any of it. It's like ice cream on a stick. Yep. Which one are you taking? All right. The lake that morning was smooth as a mirror. And there was a lot of kayakers setting up their gear. A lot of blow-up kayaks, which was a lot of fun to watch. I discovered that kayaks have a high load capacity up to 400 pounds, and they're much lighter and way more convenient to transport than the hard body kayaks. We watched this fella set up his dinghy. We talked to him about it. He added the small motor on the back, which he then uses to motor out, and he goes fishing off of his dinghy. The other fella there with his two sons, they had a hard body kayaks. The dad helped his two boys launch their kayaks out, and then he got in his own, and the three of them went off fishing. There are various bass and other fish in the lake which you can catch and cook up and eat.
Did you spill it in the back? There's away.
That's very quiet, isn't it?
Look at that thing go over the tiny wheel.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's the dad, he pushes it
I would
over there.
buy one, except I hate the Tobin one. I was very curious as to what kind of kayak and where people purchase their kayaks. So I asked a lot of questions. That young couple there, they were using their Tobin kayak, a blow up. They got theirs at Costco. I'd have to paint it over.
A young guy. That's got the idea.
I found it interesting to see how people actually launched their kayaks. This one fella, he takes off his socks and shoes. And the other gentleman, he will actually push his wife out. Isn't it cute? He hands her Tim Horton coffee. So he will launch her out, and then he wades out to the boat, backs into it, sits down, shakes his feet off, and gets them into the boat. You'll see that in a moment. The seats in a blow-up kayak are also blow-up. Everything's there. And they Velcro into the bottom of the kayak so that they're fairly stationary. And I imagine comfortable. Next is the beginning of our hike. And I thought it interesting that there's the electrical charging stations at Island Lake. And then we began our walk down through the paths. Some of them are bordered, like boardwalks. This is a little bridge over a portion of the lake. I like the detail that they go to dress the place up. There is a band shell there, and occasionally at certain times they have bands and different events and things going on. There's rest stops along the way, little benches to sit on and enjoy the view. We've actually had a day-long picnic at this spot, which goes right down to the water, with my grandchild and my oldest daughter with me, and they were wading into the water. That's kind of fun. My other daughter, my second born, this was also her favorite spot. This is a map of the whole conservation area, and I think there are about 4 trails that you can go on. And at various points they have these little decks that you could use. It's only several of them. So you got to get there early to get your spot. It's so relaxing to be walking through the forest area on these boardwalks, passing by various people, wishing them good morning, good day. It's very friendly and relaxing, enjoyable.
Morning.
We walked about 40 minutes into the trail. The whole trail is about 8 kilometers all around. And at some point, we stopped on one of the little decks and decided to have a rest. That was kind of fun. A different vantage point looking up into the sky. This is a little makeshift teepee that somebody was making. I don't know if it was a group of people maybe hiking the trail or if the campground people decided to set that up that way. But it was kind of fun to visit. Back at our campsite, we set ourselves under the tree. It was a very warm day, so the shady spot was nice. I have a little makeshift wood table there that I use to put our coffee cups and stuff on. I might be a little strange, but I enjoy sitting in the back of my Honda, just being sheltered from the wind or the sun, just being all cozy and enjoying that. So let's look around. This is my setup, at least for this particular day, and I wanted some privacy, so I set up a grass mat, and I have a bungee cord across the two handles in the seating area, and I hung a quilt there for a little bit more privacy. I was actually getting ready for a nap, and also I have a little bathroom unit that I use, because sometimes when I'm a senior, when I have to go to the washroom, sometimes I have to go, that's it. I don't get a lot of warning. And there are washrooms there to be used, but it's probably a 10-minute walk away from the vehicle. So I have my own little makeshift setup. So these screens and blankets and things give me a bit of privacy. And if I have to go, I can use my little portable washroom unit. So my unit here has a memory foam mattress which goes across the vehicle like in an L shape. And then I just cover it with my little rabbit fur, which is really soft and easy to slip off. I have my knitting with me, some books. This shows you how close everybody was. That's why I needed a bit of privacy. And when I need to use a washroom, I just put the hood of the trunk down and did my duty. You'll catch a glimpse of Stanley out there by the tree with his feet up. That's his napping area. I have a 3-drawer unit. You can buy those at Walmart. They're very handy. And it actually happens to fit in nice and snug in beside the platform that I built. So, and I also have storage underneath the platform. I enjoyed watching the kayakers so much that I decided to buy one for my daughter for her 40th birthday, which she had been hoping for, a kayak, but had no idea that I was going to get one for her. So it was a great surprise for her 40th birthday. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Maybe you'll take a trip to visit Island Lake, do some kayaking, cook up, or just enjoy the park. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, ask a question. I'll answer. See you next time.